I'm pretty good. I got a walk in the first round actually, like half the field got a walk, which I was like over the moon obviously. Then the second match I didn't actually know the guy, but I asked a few people and I heard he was like a big face and played high stakes cash, and actually won a 50k pot here heads up the other day, so I was a bit intimidated a little bit, I must admit. But we started playing. I could see he was really aggressive and we was just playing like I was just grinding away, just trying to pick spots against him. And there was this one hand that came up where I had nines and he raised and I re-raised and he 4-bet me, which he had done a couple of times already, and I just 5-bet shoved. I was already down to like 14k and he snap called with ace-9, which I was like kind of shocked, which I held up, and then from there pretty much went my way. And that was the first match. In the second match I had another tough opponent who was like a heads-up specialist, which I bought his videos the night previous, watched a few of them, so I figured out how he was playing. I knew he weren't going to be like 3-betting me too, like I knew he was going to be playing pretty tight, so I just played small pots with him and won a big pot with him where in my opinion he made a pretty bad call on the river. He's only beaten a bluff, which I'm never bluffing in that spot, and just got cold decked him after that of ace jack against ace 7 and went on to the next match. Well, I'm just going to start off just feeling out how he's playing. I'm pretty sure he's going to be playing pretty tight, and if he's playing pretty tight I'm just going to be playing pretty aggressive, just trying to abuse him a little bit and put him in spots that he's not comfortable with. So well, I actually I went round to my mate's house one day and to play Pro Evolution on the PlayStation, and there was like 5 or 6 of us and someone just said, "Come we have a game of poker?" So I'm like, yeah, let's go. I've never played it before. I only had played it on the, you know, the machines in like the play to win, the gambling places like the Joker Poker. So like, I'm like, yeah, what's better, like a straight or a flush? And like, after like a week or two, we was only playing for like small, like couple of pounds. And after like a week or two, I really enjoyed the game. I had like caught the bug in it. So we carried on playing for like every like Saturday or Friday. We went round to his house and played. And after a couple of months we started playing for like £100, and I was winning. Like I'm coming home with like £300-400 I'm like, wow, this is a sick job. So I'm like, obviously got more into it, and then finally got a laptop, and then just went from there. Just started playing online poker.
How long ago was that?
That was probably a good 4.5 years ago. Yeah, well I used to play a lot on sit and goes, but I just mainly play tournaments now and a little bit of cash on iPoker, but just mainly tournaments throughout most sites. I just enjoy tournaments in general more. I find like I tilt more in cash as well, so I can get like one outed in a tournament and just be fine, it won't even be on tilt. But in a cash game I like lose a flip and I'll be like absolutely steaming like. I was absolutely buzzing, and that night I made like 4 final tables, like I cashed in a few other things. I made like 160k that night. It was like I was absolutely buzzing. Like the F-top final table I was like pretty much running over it. I did get lucky in one spot where a lot of people told me they wouldn't make this play, but I still like my play and would stick to it. Like I was like massive chip leader, and there was like literally everyone was playing for like money jumps. No one was even playing a pot except for me. I was just like raising every pot, and I raised the cut off, and the button 3-bet me who was second in chips, and I just thought this is a great spot to just shove. He can't really call me unless he's got like, he's probably calling with 10s, definitely jacks plus, and I'm just like, if he ain't got a really big hand he can't really call. So I shoved all in. He actually had aces and I had like pocket 3s and binked 3 and like pretty much won the tournament in that hand. So but it was still a questionable play. I'm still not too sure if it was 100% correct, but I won the tournament. So most probably people probably think I'm aggressive, but I'm actually not. I'm a lot tighter than people probably think. In like multi-table tournaments, like 9-handed tournaments and stuff, obviously heads up you've got to be a little bit more aggressive than 6 max, but generally in 9-handed tournaments I'm like pretty tight overall, but people probably think I'm not. Not really. There was like one guy got my chat bars the other month for like I got my chat bar for like a clean month. And also when I was in Vegas, I went to the gun range, and it was like literally was so sick in there. And my avatar on Stars was a picture of me holding some 1947 Tommy gun. So like while I was on the table, I did get a bad beating. I must admit, sometimes I do give it in the chat after, or like, so giving it in the chat a bit. And next day I woke up, my chat's barred. I checked my email, I was barred for a month. So like a week later, I'm playing with no chat. All of a sudden, I've noticed that on all of my tables, I've got no avatar. Yeah, so I checked my emails again. They're like, yeah, blah blah blah. You can't have this avatar. It's against our rules or something. Like, so like email me back and say, you didn't say that at the time when you like agreed to let me have my avatar. You didn't say that, like, you haven't been saying that for like six months or however long I've had it. So yeah, and I know the player it was as well, so he pretty much tilts me, just that one player.
Say his name if you will.
No, I'm not going to say it. He knows who you know who you are. Yeah, definitely bankroll management is like #1 in my opinion. Something I'm just learning now. That's like key in my opinion. And game selection as well. If you're playing cash games, definitely game selection. And just try not to tilt. I know tilt's a major factor for a lot of people, which is one of my strongest parts of my game, is like I never really tilt. So